Somebody gonna get mad at me for doing this video, and I don't care because I gotta put the girls on. I bought 4 pairs of leggings from Amazon and it still wasn't the price of one Alphalete Amplify. When I just close my eyes and I feel these two, baby, they feel the exact same. It could have been the same manufacturer. That's my thing. Like, you just never really know where these pieces are coming from. Somebody gonna get mad at me for doing this video, and I don't care because I gotta put the girls on. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Kayla Lachey, aka your virtual fitness bestie, and I have to share these with you guys. I didn't think these were gonna be this good. I don't think I could ever look at Alphalete the same and pay $74 for a pair of leggings. Baby, they have been increasing their prices while the quality has been going downhill, and I'm just not understanding. I'm not understanding because I bought 4 pairs of leggings from Amazon and it still wasn't the price of one Alphalete Amplify. Make it make sense. So we're gonna get into a nice review today. I'm gonna be comparing some Alphalete Amplify pieces, the fits, the styles, the details. We're gonna try things on. I'm gonna do some squat tests. We're gonna get into it. Ever since the first release of like the Amplify V2 came out and the reviews came out, I really had no interest in that style of legging because it looked very cheap. It got really bad reviews, at least for my faves, the girls that I really trust, like Amy Rooks and Bailey Stewart. Like, the reviews just weren't convincing me that, oh my gosh, I need that in my legging activewear collection immediately, because the girls were saying that they were easily able to poke holes through the leggings. That's a no for me, because I'm in the gym on the floor, rolling on the turf, stretching and doing all that. They were saying that the inside of the contour was pulling threads in the inside. And I was like, I don't know about that. A lot of the girls just weren't a fan overall of the waffle detail. So aside from that, the colors I thought were really cute. I thought the textured look was cute in my personal opinion. I just was not about to pay $74 for leggings that didn't get the best reviews, and also they increased the price. Their normal Amplify is $72, which is still insane considering they are not the OG. It just was not justified. So I took my happy little butt over to Amazon and I was like, let me see what they got going on, because it's been a minute since I got any activewear from Amazon. I didn't even know what brands were popping right now. I was used to using like the Arola shorts. Those have always been like a good trusted brand, but I kind of got sick of it and I just thought, let me try looking for like Honor Active. Let me try looking for like Contour, and lo and behold, I got me some contour. So I ended up picking up a pair of shorts. I don't remember the seller off the top of my head, but I know I got these in a size small. I will link these in the description box below so you guys can get your hands on both the shorts. And then I also have a pair of their leggings. They have a ton of color selections, and if you guys like similar shades from the Alphalete website, I think you're gonna really enjoy these. They might be a little bit off, of course. And they also did, I think, 2 or 3 V2 drops. I'm not sure. I had no interest, so I wasn't really keeping up with it like that. But I do know that they have a lot of the shades from like the first and second release. So definitely check those out if you guys are interested. So these are a 5-inch inseam, which I already knew was going to be really short, but I really wanted to grab a pair so I could show you guys in this video what my thoughts were on the overall fit and like the material. I have to say, this material really took me by surprise. With Amazon, you know, you never really know what you're gonna get, and they didn't really have that many reviews. And also, I will say, this seller was giving scammer. I don't know. I did not like how they were using like the Alphalete Amplify like models. Like, they stole their pictures. I was like, I may or may not get the leggings in the mail, but I took one for the team and they actually came. So I guess they're not scammers. They just need to go ahead and take the time to take their own photos, because that was not giving. It just wasn't. So y'all need to work on that, okay? So with that being said, like, I really was not sure what I was going to get in the mail. I thought maybe it would be like really raggedy, dinged up Shein quality. Nothing wrong with Shein. This top I'm wearing is from Shein. So you just never know. And they were also $18. And there was a coupon that I used, and it was free shipping. So I really did not know what I was about to get when my package arrived. This material, you guys will see in the flat lay, I compared it mostly to being like the Mandarin Dusty Green Charcoal Not Gold drop. It wasn't quite OG Amplify, but it was still way better than every other collection that came after it. It still was durable. It still held up in the gym. It wasn't that shiny material. It wasn't see-through. It had that nice little OG scrunch. It wasn't extremely high rise on me from the waistband. And the sizing was still consistent, in my opinion. So when I just close my eyes and I feel these two, baby, they feel the exact same. And I loved this drop and this release so much, even though I remember it running a little bit more snug in the waistband compared to the previous launches. And y'all know Alphalete is very inconsistent. That is what they are known for, so it can be a little bit frustrating as a shopper. So hopefully that comparison will help guide you guys. Now, I don't have any of the contour from Alphalete physically here, but I do know that Bailey Stewart in her review compared it being most like the Emerald Drop and the Candy Crush, the Cotton Candy. So judging based off of what she said in her video, this is still slippery compared to the Amazon. So if that gives you any insight, this is far better in my opinion, my personal opinion, because when I wore these emeralds to the gym, I felt naked in the sense that they are fluffy and they're thin, and I just didn't like it. These also ran very tight in the waistband, but fabric wise, these are still fluffy and very pill prone. I don't see these Amazon ones for $18 being pill prone. $72, $18, y'all can decide where you want to spend your money. So material wise, that would be my overall thoughts and feels on what it is the most comparable to. And then we're going to jump into the sizing range that Amazon has, which is extra small all the way to extra large, and they do recommend to size down if you're in between. I'm a small, I'm a medium, but I know that my true Alphalete size is a small before everything got crazy. So I went with my true size small, and I definitely recommend doing whatever they say on the website. If you're in between, definitely size down because these are very, very stretchy, just like the Amplifies. So I really love the feel of this material and the fact that it doesn't make me feel like a freaking sausage. So as far as sizing, I would say go with your true Alphalete size before it got crazy, like your OG Amplify size, and I think you'll be really happy with the fit. The shorts in particular did come out in 6 different colors, and they are a 5-inch inseam, which is the same as the contour from Alphalete. So if you like a shorter inseam, then you're gonna love these. I didn't love the length of these. I'm gonna be 100% real with you guys. I'm a biker shorts girl. I need the longer length because I do not like the rolling. These rolled on me a little bit, and I could definitely feel it wanting to kind of shift up when I was just doing some squats to test for you. So if you are a more petite girl, you like a shorter inseam, maybe your thighs aren't as thick, and maybe chafing doesn't happen to bother you, then I think you're gonna love these shorts. But if you got thicker thighs and you don't like your shorts to roll and you want more material to kind of mold into your glutes, then maybe pass on these and get the leggings, because the leggings, baby, I loved the leggings. Now the only thing I could say that I don't like about these is where they kind of stitched in the tag for the sizing and the material makeup, because it actually leaves this ugly stitching on the back of your shorts and your leggings. So I don't know if unstitching that would remove those, because it just looks cheap. That's the only thing. But I actually love that these don't have any sort of brand logo, so it's not like, okay, one thing about Amazon, I will say my pet peeve is like having like something that's like another brand, but then they have their big logo plastered on it and it's just like very obvious, like, girl, why? So these are unbranded, which makes them even better in my own personal opinion. So if you are someone that doesn't like branding altogether, maybe you're just looking for some good activewear and you don't care what it is, then I think you're gonna also really appreciate that. So that, in my opinion, makes this a 10 out of a 10. And then on the side of the shorts, these look very similar when I looked at the website on Alphalete as far as like the side paneling. They do have a little bit of a difference in the contour when it comes down to the leggings. So if you don't want that waffle, then maybe go for the shorts. But if you like the waffle detail, I'll show you guys that as well close up. It has some really nice ribbing and then some like faux seam detail to kind of outline and contour your glutes. And I think the design itself is different. It's still neutral, it's still solid color, but it gives you a little bit something different if you have just basics in your wardrobe, but maybe you want a little seasoning. I think this is a really fun piece to have, and it's a very marled design. I think a lot of their colorways are very marled when it comes down to the colorways, so I think that also adds a nice bit of dimension to the glutes and just making your backside look a little bit more juicy, has some dimension to it, it's not so flat. And then I'll also show you guys some close-ups when I compare of the scrunch detail and compare it to Alphalete as well. The gusset for the shorts is your typical diamond gusset, which is nice to see. 3-tier waistband, very similar with the 3 tiers of least compression, medium compression, and high compression. Give you guys an inside look at the scrunch as well, and an inside look of the panel contour detail. It looks crazy, but if I remember correctly from reviews, the girls were saying that when they washed their contour leggings from Alphalete, these little strings started to fray away in the laundry, so I'm interested to see if this will do the same thing. I think it probably will, because it's even starting to get a little bit fluffy on some of the stitches. So, I mean, if a $74 legging is doing that and an $18 legging is doing that, I would just go for the $18 legging, personally. I think the shorts are actually $12, so even better. Yeah, $12.99 compared to, what, $55? Is that how much Amplify shorts are? Moving on to the leggings, you guys. So these ended up having 19 colors to choose from. The leggings, of course, went for $18.49, and there was like a little coupon discount that you could tick off. Color-wise, I think these all look stunning. Stunning together. If you're a neutrals girl, yeah, you're gonna love these. So let me show you like a lighter colorway to give you guys a little bit of the detailing of these. These also have a lot of marl. They remind me the most of Viola. This is really beautiful. I really liked the sand colorway that Alphalete did and the porcelain shade. Those were, and then mocha. Those were like the 3 that really had my attention. So of course I went for the porcelain colorway that they had on Amazon. They look a little crazy when you take them out of the package. I will also note that when they arrived at my house, they showed up in a clear pack where you could see what the item was. I didn't love that because everyone knows what you purchased. So definitely keep that in mind, but they do look crazy coming out of the shipping pack. It's also like vacuum sealed, so I was like, oh, I hope these stretch, and they do. They are full length on me, and you know, with like that Amplify material, that elastane really gives you the ability to like stretch these and mold these to your body, and it does stay in place, y'all. I love the leggings so much, far more than the shorts, and I thought I would be the opposite because sometimes I feel like leggings just aren't as flattering as a short, especially a biker short. But because this is so stretchy, it has the scrunch detail, it was easy for me to mold the material, which I will show you guys on the try on, into my glutes, and it stayed in place when I was doing squats and walking around. And this material is like a matte. Again, it's very, very similar and comparable to this Mandarin launch, so I didn't get that sheerness, that shininess that I just hate from other collections like the Pure Blue and the Chocolate launch. Those, in my opinion, were like the worst because the material was thick and scratchy and itchy, and it just looked like a window screen. I don't even know how to explain it, but this is definitely matte. It has a nice slight grit and feel to it where I could sit on turf and sit on the floor and do like hip thrusts and have contact with barbells and not have it pill on me. I'm not going to say it's never going to pill, but it's definitely going to be a lot more durable than recent Amplify. As far as like the waffle material, it didn't feel like there was anything on my skin. It wasn't like itchy on the inside or thick and uncomfortable. It was also very stretchy as well. I would say the chocolate color, it's not called chocolate, that dark brown is probably the most sheer when stretched to the max, but when I did squats in it, it was just fine. These are all squat proof in my opinion, and I still would say be careful with this contour paneling. Like, if I stretch it far enough, I can see my skin. So I would say this area, I would say potentially it would be easy for you to puncture, but it does seem to be pretty tight woven together where it wouldn't be as delicate as a regular Amplify mesh panel, because I've ruined so many of my Amplifies because this panel is so thin. It definitely has a lot more texture than that. Just be careful if you have longer like nails, acrylics, and all that when you're putting them on, not to pull directly on that waffled area, because it could definitely give you guys some problems. And just like the shorts where the tag is stitched in, it's already starting to come off. You can see on the back where that tag placement is. So I really like this porcelain shade. I thought it was really beautiful, extremely flattering on the glutes, and very stretchy material, full length if you have long legs like me. It wasn't too high rise. I didn't even have to roll this waistband over like I do with a lot of the newer Amplify pieces, because their waistband sits ultra high rise and then the scrunch is just extremely elongated. It's just not a good fit. This is a way better fit than regular Amplify. So I loved that colorway. I also believe this is the, oh my god, is this the mocha color? No, this is sand. I'm sorry. I picked up the sand in the leggings, and I'm not sure what this is. I haven't washed them yet, but there's like, maybe it's just wrinkling of the material. Can you guys see like this weird veining? I'm not sure if that's dye or if that's just the fabric being crinkled up, or if that happened during the wash process. But other than that, like, the marl detail is beautiful. It's like a lighter tan going into this beautiful sand colorway. Same feel, same fit, same fabric, very stretchy. I honestly am the most surprised with this. If I had to choose between shopping this brand and then Arola, I would go for this. It just feels luxe. It feels like it would be $72 if it had no price tag attached to it, and it honestly feels better than my Alphaletes, like the newer pieces. Like, I much prefer this to these when I have them on. This is just really nice. It's not that thick fluffy feel, which if you like that, that's cool. I don't love that type of fabric because it doesn't really accentuate your curves. It's almost too stretchy, like too much elastane, where it doesn't have that support. I feel supported when I have these on, and I don't feel like naked in them. I don't know. So the contour detail, it's kind of tricky to show you guys, but it's easier for me to show you when they are on my body. The glute contour isn't like those under booty like smile lines. I absolutely hate those because I don't feel like they ever sit where they're supposed to, especially when we all have different body types. So this is a very subtle contour. They do it in a way of texture, so it's very tonal. They do it with like a ribbing, and it's like a nice curvature without going all the way underneath the glutes. It almost sits on the outer edge of your glutes, which I think gives it a nice roundedness, but also like a lift at the same time in a very subtle way. So these are, I would say, very wearable when you are going out running errands, going somewhere after the gym, doing cardio. I would even do upper body, lower body in these leggings. They're really everything type of legging, and because they're neutral colors, you can really style them with other things like a basic top like this or whatever, and still get away with wearing them and them not just looking like activewear, especially being that they don't have like a big freaking brand logo on them. So I just love all the details about them. And then this waffle material goes basically all the way down to the ankle, so it's pretty aggressive, I will say. I think I noticed it more in the porcelain shade. It almost looked like cellulite, or maybe you could see my cellulite, probably because it is lighter. And then around the ankle it has some ribbing detail, very micro ribbed. So there's just a lot of texture going on top of just the basic legging itself. And then of course they have some extra faux seam details as well, which give it a nice bit of like 3 dimension. lot of like faux seam details, and it like curves like literally all over the place. So yeah, you guys will be able to see that much better on the try on portion. My favorite part of these videos is the color comparison. So I feel like most of you girls that love Alphalete also equally love Honor Active's Effortless. So this is the Amazon brown, which is a little bit lighter and maybe a little bit of a reddish undertone compared to chocolate from Alphalete's Amplify, which honestly I found to be very itchy, a little bit shiny and see-through. This was my least favorite collection drop that came out, so that's really nice considering these are $18 and the Alphalete was $72. So I wanted to also throw in a comparison of the Honor Active's Effortless in 70% cocoa. They're all pretty much the same, especially if you have them on, so this is a great buy. So this is the Amazon colorway compared to the Alphalete Amplify in Hazelnut, Not Gold, and Chai. These are all very similar within the same color family. I would say this one definitely does give a sandy vibe, like it's more brown. The material feels very similar to the Not Gold, and I really like this drop. Actually is one of my favorites before everything got really crazy. Oh, I don't like Chai, the material of it. Yeah, and it also has very similar like heathering to it when I compare it to the Not Gold, if you guys can see close enough. Wow. As far as colorways for the Amazon, these are the only two that I could really pull. This one's still lighter and brighter and has a little bit of a pink hue to it. This is supposed to be the porcelain shade. This one is my OG Viola, and this one is Purple Dove. So it's definitely in the same family, and I really loved the fit of this. I'm going to show you guys a comparison of these scrunches actually in a second compared to the Alphalete. Now, Purple Dove I feel is not OG, but it's definitely a really good fit in my opinion, and the scrunch is the OG scrunch when it was a lot skinnier. You see that? It's only the 4 rows of stitching, and this is a look of the Amazon scrunch. It is only 4 rows of stitching. I would definitely say that the Amplify has a lot more structure. Specifically, I'm talking about the older launches when the scrunch wasn't so high rise and it came up halfway up your back. But this one does really separate my glutes. You guys will see in the try on portion of this video. But I would say I get still very, very, very good separation from the Amplify. However, these are $18 and they are still extremely flattering, especially in this lighter colorway in combination with this beautiful contour that you guys see here. So as far as like the gusset goes, the scrunch doesn't connect all the way to the gusset. They actually have like this textured bit here, and then it goes into the scrunch, and then it goes into like this little bit of a V, and then it goes into the waistband. So definitely keep that in mind. It's almost similar to like the OG Amplify where it goes into that little textured triangle. These ones were not connected to the gusset, but it's not as far up as the Amazon version. So that's a little bit of a difference. That could be why these OG Amplifies like fit way better on me. And are a little bit more of a stiffer scrunch. I feel like this scrunch scrunches, but it's not like too structured of a scrunch the way that the Amplify is. And I just went ahead and turned my leggings inside out so we can get a good look of the inside and the structure of the scrunch. So these are both, again, size small. The fit is definitely true to size as far as the Amazon goes, so go with whatever you prefer. In Alphalete, I think it'll be very true. And the scrunch does look very similar. I just feel like the scrunch on this is a little more aggressive, slightly, barely. It's noticeable, but it doesn't make a big difference on the way that it looks. It does stay in place. I will say this stays in place. And it's not uncomfortable and stiff and hard like some Amazon scrunches. So it's definitely more low-key and doesn't give you that like booty hole look where all this excess scrunching leaves scrunches behind around the scrunch area. So the makeup and the material, this is 50% polyester, 42% polyamide, and 8% elastane compared to the Alphalete, which sorry. Alphalete is 51% polyamide, 38% polyester, 11% elastane. Same exact materials, just slightly different. Alphalete has a little more elastane to it, which is interesting. I don't know, they just feel really similar in my opinion, so I would honestly argue that these are extremely comparable. This probably is really hard to compare because I don't have the original contour, but the fit of this was so comfortable, and it actually lines up almost perfectly to my Not Gold drop that also came out with the mandarin and like the dusty green and the charcoal. So if you have any of those, girl, go on your sizing based off of that, because this waistband was so comfortable on, and it wasn't that Amplify fit where it came up ultra high rise, so I didn't have a problem with the height of this waistband coming up on me, and I didn't have to roll it over, which I personally love. It also has like that 3-tier compression going on, so a micro ribbing, medium ribbing, and then bigger ribbing here at the top. So there's that. These are both a size small, and keep in mind this is kind of ruched up and crinkled up because it has all of the waffle knit, so it is very stretchy and it is full length on me, so I'm able to pull it down. It's very stretchy. Honestly, I would definitely compare it to this Not Gold collection. It's not as like gritty as my OG Amplify, but it isn't as itchy like Amazon Arola, if you guys have had those before. Like, this is my favorite Amazon material I've ever had my hands on. Do you hear that? It's the same. All in all, I was really impressed with these leggings. And then this was the darker brown colorway, which I thought looked very similar to the chocolate. And then if you guys shop Honor Active, it looks a lot like 70% cocoa, which I have not been able to get my hands on, and they have changed the quality of those leggings too. That $18 sounded a lot better than spending my money on those. So these ones actually I feel are the least noticeable as far as the contour. It was very hard for me to actually see the contour, at least for filming purposes, but I could see it in the mirror when I was like closer up. So maybe if you want something that is still fun and different but not so bolded in your face, go for the darker colors. And like I said, this colorway was the only one that gave me like a sheerness that was like the most noticeable when I pulled it to the max, but when squatting it was just fine. And it's a very soft, stretchy feel. Actually, no, it doesn't. I'm like, it kind of reminds me of like the OG Honor Active, but the Honor Active OG is slightly rougher, but again, very comparable. So if you like the fit, actually, yeah. Oh my god, why is this giving me chills talking about freaking legging materials? If I do single layer, the Honor Active is a tad thicker, but it still has that softness, but that light grittiness of feel. So if you like the OG Effortless from Honor Active, I think you're going to be really impressed with this Amazon. Amazon is really doing it. Who knows, it could have been the same manufacturer. That's my thing, like, you just never really know where these pieces are coming from, and with the marketing tactics and the markups, like, you just don't know. It could be just like, oh, everybody buys the same thing and you market it how you choose. Like, these feel very nice. They feel high-end. They look great on the body. They're $18 and they have a variety of color options. So I was just really thrilled to try these on. I was a little suspicious about it when I checked out, and I was like, I don't know about that. I probably just wasted my money. No, girl, you didn't. The only thing I regret buying are those shorts, and I definitely think I will be back to purchasing more. Love Arola, but I think that they have definitely, you know, taken the time over these years to improve the quality and feel, and being that the material is literally the same, maybe a few percentages off, tells me a lot more in my personal opinion. So when I stretch these full blown, yeah, hello, you can see me punch through test, as Amy would say, but on they were perfectly fine. So that's the dark brown. So yeah, I was really excited to do this Amazon review. I'm out here trying to save my money just like a lot of you girls are too, so I thought it would be really interesting to kind of switch things up and give you guys my thoughts on some of these newer brands that are coming out. And we love Amazon because they be coming out with that quick 2-day shipping. This is pretty much my skin tone, so like I said, I had no issues with it sheerness wise, and it wasn't shiny either, which obviously helps. So let me know if you guys end up picking these up. Which colorway did you like best? And are there any other brands on Amazon that you guys would like to see me review next? I'm definitely excited to get into my Amazon review era. I've found an Honor Active Effortless. I'm not going to say the D word because I'm going to get in trouble, but you know. So that will be coming soon as well once I get those in, and I'll definitely be doing color comparisons and material comparisons for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoy these reviews as much as I enjoy making them. Thumbs up for more. Of course, subscribe if you guys are new, and I will catch you girls in my next YouTube video very soon. Bye!